When someone asks Buddha, who are you? Are you a Mahatma? Buddha said, no, I am not a Mahatma. Are you Swami? No, I am not Swami. Are you yogi or rishi? And his reply was, no, I am not yogi or rishi. Then who are you? Are you God? No, I am not God. Said. So when they ask, who are you then? I am awakened. Buddha is a pure intelligent thoughts. Tathagata Gautam Buddha was a scientist who taught the real meaning of life. He said life is full of sorrow and grief. We cause this sorrow and grief, and we alone can cure it. There is sorrow, and also there is a eradication of sorrow. He said meditation will fill a man with such a light that the passion of lust, anger and ignorance which darken the soul will be extinguished. No one will liberate you. You must liberate yourself from sorrow and grief and pain. Yoga meditation is not a religion, it is a science. Science of well-being, the science of youthfulness, the science of integrating the body, mind and soul. A great Sufi saint, Rumi said, I looked in temple, church and mosque, but I found the divine in my heart. Truly, meditation is a spiritual telescope which reveals the God right within your heart. Jesus said, body is the temple of God. God, which is the Holy Spirit, lies within you. And Carl Jung said, your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. We all are dreaming, sleeping through our life. In time we all get old and this life will be gone. Then we feel sorry for ourselves. We have wasted our life. While we have life, we must find out that we are not this body, we are the soul. When we know and our true self, that means we are awake, fulfilling the true purpose of our life. Spiritual teachers help us to realize our true self, while is the source of joy, the true self which is the source of joy, peace and love. A spiritual teacher reveals that technique so we can see God in ourselves, so we can be connected with God, and thus the spiritual energy flow in our heart and soul. Dr. Herbert Benson, head of the Behavioral Science Division at the Harvard Medical School at Boston, he says, hormone triggered by the stress cause the heart rate to increase and blood pressure to rise and breathing to become more rapid and muscle tense to increase. Result can be headache, anxieties and permanent rise in blood pressure, with the threat of fatal heart attack and stroke. Practice of simple meditation techniques can combat this damaging effort. He found that the reduction in the heart rate by 3 beats per minute lower the oxygen consumption by 10 to 20%, decrease the blood pressure, lead the deeper relaxation and well-being. So it's such a wonderful. Freedom is the very simple and easy. Everyone can be free at once. When we sleep, we don't have any bondage. We don't want anything. We are all very peaceful. We are all free from the name and fame. No power, no prosperities. We don't belong to anyone, and no one belongs to us. We are having good sleep. We wake up rested and full of energy, and we have no attachment or desires. Soul alone is ever free. The prisoner of the world, our body becomes, uses mind and senses to be affected by the desire and expectation, and then we become the bondage. And there is a story once there was a parakeet was in the cage, and there was one disciple of the Sadguru. He was going to see his guru, and the parakeet said, "What Sadguru does? Why you are going to see him?" So the disciple said, "Sadguru makes you free, so you attain the total freedom." So parakeet said, "Well, can you ask your Sadguru, how can I be free from this cage?" And the disciple said, "Sure, I will." And when he asked the Sadguru, and Sadguru completely dropped his body on the floor, and disciple thought, "Uh-oh, the Sadguru must be dead, I asked some very bad question, I shouldn't have asked him." But after a while, Sadguru wakes up and get up and sit down, and he said, Master, why did you do that?" I was very worried. And he said, "This is what the parakeet will have to do it, and then he can be free." So this parakeet got the message, and that's what he did, and dropped right in the cage. And when the owner came and twisted and turned the parakeet, but he didn't respond, he thought he did dead. So therefore, he took him out, and soon he put on the floor, the parakeet flew, and thanking the Sadguru. So this is something. Similarly, when we realize our true self is birthless and deathless, we completely become free from the worldly consciousness, sort of like a pretend, just like a parakeet, And as long we do that, we disconnect ourselves from all the worldliness, worldly desire, worldly expectations, hopes, and all that, then we also become very free. So no karmic bondage. More we strive to do things and to get the pleasure out of it, to get something, some our desire fulfilled. More we attach to ourselves with the things of the world or the people, the more we lose our freedom. More we feel restless, more we feel doubtful, more we feel unhappy, insecure. Yeah. So, because we are dwelling too much in the world, or worldly pleasures, worldly happiness, because world never satisfied anybody, not yet satisfied any person. In millions and billions and trillions of people have come and gone, and they all went empty-handed. Nothing they took it with them. So similarly, when we realize our true self, which is birthless and deathless, we are eternally divine being, but world is constantly changing. People are all the material things or material world we see, we experience, we dwell with, possess order. Doesn't matter how hard we work, how much we accomplish all the material success or worldly success or power or fame. But there is a time that everything is taken away. Whatever is given to us, it will be all taken away. None of these things are ours. Whether it is a house, whether all the lands. Have you seen anybody taken the land with them? Or their mansion, their house, or anything in that order? Nobody can take anything from this world. Yes, you have it, you enjoy it, you have a good time with it, and make the best use of it, and that's about it. Nothing more you can do with it. But to driving force within us, most people you see, and they are a driving force from the morning to evening, and they keep driving for themselves to get all those things. Get more and more they have, the more they want. So what happens? They all their life, their energy, everything is wasted and completely drained out, and they become very sick or weak or old, and they become, a lot of people you will find, they feel very hopeless, They feel very insecure, they feel very lost, confused. Their life is so chaotic, delusion. And it's so sad. So sad what they have done to their life. This is what Buddha was saying, is to being awake, realizing the nature of this world, realizing the nature of your senses and mind and ego or intellect, realizing that. And once you realize it, then you start working on yourself. That, hey, this is all illusion, this is all Maya. And I am not going to be attracted to this, And the lesser the desire you have, desire what gets us in trouble. The more we desire we have, the more we are in trouble. More we are going after all those things, So those who give you some happiness, Well, they will also give you some unhappiness. None of these things is permanent. God alone is the source of true happiness. And that God lies within all of us. God is the true source of love, peace, joy, and happiness. Being free from lust, greed, ego, and attachment to everything is real. Towards everything is real liberation, which happens. But what they call mukti or salvation or nirvana or liberation is not something that you attain. A lot of people say that when you die, if you do this, when you die, and then you will go to the heaven, right? You have heard that. A lot of religion teach about that. Then you will attain the mukti, salvation. But the salvation is not. If you are dead, how can you be attain liberation or mukti? Salvation is when you are alive, where you can be free, you can be liberated, you can be attained in the immense joy, peace, love, and tranquilities. Right here on earth, right here, you can attain. And if you are not happy here, then you are not going to be happy there. If you are not at peace right here, then you are not going to be peace after you leave this body. So that's very true that you have to, this is why the reason that you have come into this world or we have come into this world, so we can attain the complete freedom, complete cessation from all the suffering, sorrow, grief, pain, worries and fear and all that things. And if you have some bad karmas, per se, some because of the ignorance, because of the, that you have performed some the bad, so you pay off those karmas, And this is why one goes through the lot of suffering, a lot of pain. Sometimes they lose their son or lose their beautiful wife, lose their husband, and something like that, And those things goes on and on. The list goes on and on, happens. And so when those happens, you just paying off your debt that you have done, And some people, you will see, even to the last time of their life, they still go through a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, And I seen some people, and I noticed that, and this happens, and because they have done something, and something that if they can't pay off in this life, then they have to come back again to suffer. So it's better if you get it done in this life, and even before you leave, at least you have some joy, at least you have some peace, at least you have some happiness, that you experience, And the real sin happens when you can spend that absolute peace and joy, and the true love, lasting love, you experience in this lifetime. While you are alive and you are feeling. So when you are truly connected with your spiritual nature, the God consciousness or Christ consciousness, then you will start noticing that it is happening. All your bad karmas are cleaned out, And everybody has made some mistake in this life or before. There is no question about that. But some people acknowledge that and they get over with that. And the things start going then they can see this is what I have done, and their consciousness comes back and say, hey, this is, but don't make those mistakes again. Don't do that again. So some people become very wise, truly. They become very wise and they perfect themselves and they go on living a better life, and every day is a blessed day for them. But some people, they are still working on it and they keep working until it's over. Remember one thing, that you are not going to go away from here until you've done the work. This is a workplace. In this point, there is a karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and Raja yoga, right? And so all that is happening right here. Yeah. Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, and Raja yoga. All four things taking place in your life every day. And karma yoga is like a selfless action. So you are not just doing to please your senses or please your mind or ego, but you are doing selfless. If somebody is really in a need and you go out and help them, that is called karma yoga. You go out. Action without the reward. Actually, you are getting a reward, you are getting a blessing. Can you imagine if you help somebody and then there is a smile in their face? How that makes you feel? You feel good. You feel you are appreciated, and you've done something good for other people. And as much joy there is in doing something for somebody, then there is not so much joy in doing everything to make you, you happy, Because when you give, when you share, when you love somebody, then the love increases your store. Same thing, when you give someone and you share, then your heart feels very, very good. You feel very happy and peaceful. So it is a blessing when you have the opportunity to do that. I see a lot of elderly people. Have you seen in the hospitals and even so many ashpas and other places? And they are there doing selfless service. This is the example. And a lot of Christians, like Presbyterian, and they are very, very kind, very generous and giving, elderly people who themselves need some help, They are alone, but this is the one way to share themselves and they don't feel lonely. So there are things that we can appreciate and you can really enjoy doing this to helping other mankind. And you can do many ways by sharing satsang, by going out of your way to help them. When they are in need, go out. If they are stuck in the house and it's a freezing cold, and if you go out and buy some grocery for them, that's another way. So there are so many, many ways we can. Or if nothing else, you can send the blessings, send the prayer, If you hear somebody sick, somebody in need, and if you cannot approach them, or at least send the prayer to them that God please help them to heal their wounds, So these things we can do, and that makes you feel more and more joyous about that. So doesn't that feel nice? You want to sing another song?
Um, 93.
93? Okay.
I love you,
My Lord,
Your grace is overflowing.
I love
Love
you,
you,
my
my
Lord.
Lord.
You are all-knowing. You have given me life.
Out of mercy and compassion,
I'm ever so grateful for the gift of devotion. I love you, my Lord. Your grace is overflowing. I love you, my Lord. You are all-knowing. Your grace has shown me
the essence of all. Your name is eternal,
gives life to all.
I
I love you, my Lord.
Your grace is overflowing.
I love you, my Lord. You are all-knowing.
Your
Light dispels darkness
and
shows
shows
us
us
who
who
we
we
are.
are.
Your love is radiating inside us all. I love you, my Lord. Your grace is overflowing. I love you, my Lord. You are all-knowing.
This is the teaching of Buddha. Dharma of Tathagata does not require a man to go into the homelessness or to resign the world unless he feels called upon to do so. Dharma. Dharma means righteousness, duty. Dharma requires every man to free himself from the illusion of the self, to cleanse his heart, to give up the thirst for the pleasure, and lead a life of righteousness. Right view, right aspiration, right behavior, right livelihood, right effort, right thoughts, and right contemplation. Did you get all that? So what is the purpose of dharma? Dharma means the righteous acts, okay? Requires a man to free himself from the illusion of the world. to cleanse his heart, to give up the thirst for the pleasure, and lead the life of righteousness. This is what we were talking earlier, right?
Yep.
So when you have no desires, no craving, right, then you will have no attachment. Desire creates the attachment, and then when that attachment comes, then you will have a driving force to get you there, You're working so hard, day and night you are thinking about it, trying so hard, trying to save pennies, to get what you want, your dream, right? That's called the desires. So, like, do you know who said it? Steve Jobs. He said that $30,000 watch and $30 watch gives the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why you need a $30,000 house watch? Does that make sense?
Sure.
So for the $30,000 $13,000, you have to work very hard to fulfill that desires day and night. And sometimes you have to do the wrong thing too, like a lot of people do. It's called the corruption. Have you heard of that?
Sure.
Like one of the Supreme Court judge was caught into that. They took him for the, Bahamas and all those places, and give him a free gift, somebody bought for him. So why somebody will buy the gift or take him to Bahama, to the Supreme Court justice?
To get favors.
Get the favor, that's exactly right. So, in order to do the favor means that you will do some injustice to other people, right? That making sense? And so, what kind of karma he did? That will bring him quite a bit suffering, So this is what Buddha made us aware, that you should, for that purpose, you have to have a right view. Your thoughts has to be very righteous, So your mind does not sways you and taking you to the wrong directions, the wrong thoughts. And wrong thoughts means the wrong action, Bad thoughts means the bad action. Evil thoughts means evil action, right? Okay? And then right aspiration. You are aspiring for the right things. You are only thinking of the good stuff. Nothing negative, nothing bad. Nothing which will make a burden on yourself. But you are very unloading the burdens, cleansing. That is also called the cleansing your mind, Like a good example. There is a Kumbh Mela right now. Kumbh comes every 140 years. This is the biggest, very powerful Kumbh, And there are, what is that? Around 100,000 people have gone and took a bath in the Ganges. And do you know why they take a bath? That all their sins will be washed away. Do you think that is true? Sin is in your body or in your mind? The effect of the sin, your mind. How could your mind will be cleaned? By taking a shower, in the in the Ganges. But this many people have already gone. Huh? So many, millions and millions of people. And they are still going. It's going to be till 26th of the February. They started the 13th of January. And they are going on. And right now it's so crowded that they told other people not to come until they were told to come. And all the traffics are completely jammed for whole 3-4 days, jammed, and they can't get out of there. And they are stuck. And can you imagine those people have to go through? They have to sleep in the car. So all those things. But also the things. I mean, it's a good to go to take a bath. Makes you feel better, good. Holy bath. That is called holy bath. But mainly, there is 4 things. When you love your body, then you should do yoga. When you love your prana, the prana means life force, then you should do some pranayama. But when you love God, then you should do some meditation, right? So, and then if you really want to surrender to God, then you do the arpan, samarpan, right? So when you have a complete faith, complete devotion, complete love, then all those things manifest in you. So right view, right aspiration, the right behavior. No matter how much you listen satsang, it will not clean your mind until you do the righteous action. You do the meditation, then only your mind is purified. When the pure vibration started to work in your mind, pure vibration, right? The holy name or Brahmani Pranayama, the Om, it creates the, pure vibration. Om is the sound, Om is the pure vibration. And if you practice even for 5 minutes, and you had horrible thoughts coming up, that thoughts will be cleaned out within 5 minutes of doing the Brahmani Om. Okay? So right behavior, right livelihood. Livelihood also means a lot of people, they cheat, they lie, they don't do the honest work, that they are getting paid for. Is that making sense? So if you are getting paid and you are wasting the time, not doing the work, you think that's called the right action? No, it is not right. You are misusing their time. So it's not called a right livelihood. Or, some people do the butchering. They kill somebody to get money. So is that a right livelihood? No. So whatever your action will be, that will have effect on your mind, and that effect can be drastic, that you feel mentally very insecure, very lost, confused, not happy, not very peaceful. So right thoughts also has a good impact, and right contemplation. which is meditation. Neither the abstinence from the face and flesh, nor going naked, nor shaving at the head, or nor wearing a matted hair, or nor dressing a ragged dress, nor covering oneself with ashes, nor sacrificing to the Agni, the fire, will cleanse the man who is not free from delusion. So what is that saying? So all these things that is mentioned is just like it called show off. To impress people, right? To sell themselves to be a holy man. But internally that person is not holy. Their action shows, yeah. Their thought shows. If a person is holy, he doesn't need to show off. Yeah. When the person, you see, a lot of people do that, whether they know it or not, but they do it, to impress other people. By impressing other people, that makes you feel good? How it will benefit you by impressing other people? No. So, if you want to be a holy person, if you want to be a pure person, if you want to be a good person, then you have to work at it, work on it. And do it secretly, you don't have to impress. If you are already good, then people will know it. You don't have to broadcast it, right? Own good and evil did follow us constantly like a shadow. Good and evil did follow us constantly like a shadow. When the tree is burning with the fire, no bird can make their home. So does the truth cannot dwell where passion lives. No matter how much you listen, how much you heard about it, but if there is a passion, if there is a lust, there is a greed, there is an ego or attachment, there the truth does not reside. Truth, something manifests itself, it manifests itself when you are doing it. It shows on your thoughts, shows on your action, shows on your words. And instead of impressing other people, you are that perfect example. Wherever you go, people will appreciate you. They will like you. They will come to be with you. So these are the things, the benefit, it happens. This is the example, when the mango happens on the tree and ripes, and you will see that the branches gets lower, and it's just like people come and pick the mango and eat. So the other fruits you will find, they have such happens. So same way, you will naturally contribute to the humanity and our society, and they will be appreciated. That's what happened to Jesus, or happened to Buddha, or even Swami Vivekananda. The story goes that Vivekananda's father passed away, and he was and they became very poor. They don't have a food to eat for their family. So Ramakrishna told, go and ask mother, Kali, and she will give you. Yeah. She feed the whole world, she will feed you too. Yeah. So Vivekananda didn't fell, you know. And so he was forced, Ramakrishna forced him to go. And he went there, but he didn't say a word. Came back, And so 3 times he was sent to the Kali, and all 3 times came back. And Ramakrishna said, you are the true. Huh? You see, a lot of people, they go to the temples. Why they go? God give me a child, God give me a good job, I'm going for. And whenever you are going for something, you want something, then you go to the temple, right? And what does that say? They don't trust in the God, that God knows their needs, And they have to ask God. Does that make sense? So, a true person never asks for anything to God. And a person knows that, who is already satisfied, who is very content. God, whatever God gives me, I am very happy. You see what I mean? When you ask for more, guess what? Then you are greedy, right? So God knows whatever our needs are, He gives us, God, Goddess Lakshmi give us. You never have to go sleep without the food. It has ever not happened yet, is it? You never have to worry about the clothes, never worry about the doctor's bills and all that, I don't have to worry about it. Even though my cancer treatment was very, very expensive. Yeah, but it managed. And they're still managing, still the treatments are taking place. And it's happening. So you have to do that's what Buddha talks about, the righteous act, righteous thoughts, right behaviors, So when you do your part, God is already doing His part. You don't have to ever need to ask. At least I don't have to ask yet, Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.